Thursday, Mzansi, and welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm Palisa Tembe, and today we're embarking on a powerful journey of loving the skin we're in. We meet Denzel Pillay, a self-taught beauty and fashion guru who grew into his self-expression and passion. Digital content creator and beauty influencer Rashika Karim lets us take a peek into her fashion talk show, Shika's Closet. But first, Ingram Skincare has launched a provocative new campaign that encourages us to ask important questions about owning our skin. And we will be meeting the creatives who put this incredible vision together. Now, some of us knew our passion from a very young age, and some of us grew to find it. So we want to find out from you on social media, what did you want to be when you were younger? Ladies in the kitchen, I'm dying to find out what your answers are.
Welcome to the kitchen, everybody. Well, I'm sure we wanted to do what we do, chefs in the kitchen on Afternoon Express.
Well, sort of.
Everyone, today we're going to make a beautiful traditional warm sago pudding with vanilla, and it's going to be soft and pillowy and warm.
Ooh, I can't wait to try that because I've never had it before. But if you do want to make sure that you get all the recipe details as well, the information, how we make the recipe, make sure you go on to afternoonexpress.co.za. But for the moment, let's get some tips on how to look after our beautiful skin.
Do you own your skin? Does it represent where you're from, where you belong, your tradition? Perhaps these questions will sit with you, but these are just a few of the powerful and important questions asked in Ingram's new Your Skin, Your Brave advert. Film director Justice Mukeli and strategist at FCB Joburg, Sizwesihle Dlamini, join us now on the line to chat about the message they hope many South Africans will take away after watching this advert and how it honors South Africans who wear their skin bravely. But before we dig into that conversation, let's take a look.
Do you own your skin? I mean, truly own your skin. Do you wear it bravely, even when others try to dim its glow? Does it represent your strength? Your heritage? Or has it become an expression of who you are now? Does it stretch like your heart when it's full of brave and unconditional love? You only have one skin. Nourish it and wear it bravely. Ingram's Your Skin, Your Brave.
Justice Sizwesihle, welcome to Afternoon Express.
Hi.
Now, Justice, as the director behind that visually beautiful and emotive advert, can you tell us more about the brief that you and Sizwesihle received from Ingram's and how you chose to interpret it and why?
I mean, when the brief landed on my lap, it was really beautiful and well thought through from the agency side, and my duty was to interpret it in a way that takes it to the next level. As a director, and it became very clear to me what message we need to get through with this one, because it was such a sensitive piece. I mean, the words start with, do you own your skin? You know, and do you wear it bravely? And I thought, to me, that's such a powerful message to communicate to the people and ask them to see themselves, to love themselves, to accept themselves as they are, you know, and also as a brand to tell people that we see you, you know, and we accept you as you are, you know, and your beauty. And the beauty is in how different you are. The beauty is in your flaws, you know, and the beauty is in your differently textured skin, dark, light, you know, wrinkled, smooth, you know, and there's beauty in all of that. And that's how I saw it. And I thought the opportunity we have here is to tell the people that we see you and we want you to see yourself and accept yourself and love yourself first, because how you see yourself sets the tone for the rest of the world to see you.
Yo, the strength in that messaging. I mean, Sizwe Sihle, through strategy, what message did you want the advert to specifically carry? And why was it important to communicate this message?
I mean, I think it was very important to communicate this message because, firstly, the category that we're in is, for a very long time, been a very perfect category. And as human beings, we aren't necessarily living up to this perfection. So, it was a great opportunity to relaunch Ingram's and, position it as a brand that understands, to Justice's point, that understands all textures, that understands your flaws, Society tends to want us to just show up and wear a thick skin. But thick skins aren't necessarily the most pretty things, So we wanted to be the brand that reinforces the fact that whilst you nurture your skin and take care of it, own it, show up bravely. And I think there's no better time than now to have such a messaging, actually.
The strength in saying brave from a brand perspective was bravery for me, in that was vulnerability, and being soft. Bravery is not being a hard person and all that stuff. Bravery is vulnerability. And I feel like there is that underlying message in our commercial.
Justice, we just heard how this message resonates with you, but Sizwe Sihle, how does the message behind this advert personally touch you?
A lot. I think this was one of those jobs, that as a person of color, as a very proud Black person, was just a labor of, a shout out to each and every person that has had to just brave on, irrespective of whatever circumstances are out there. The greatness about humanity is that that's what we have in us. We have the possibilities to just step up to any occasion, regardless of the circumstances and challenges. But what was very important was, even when you have to brave on, even when you have to walk on, whatever circumstance, it's very important to still take care of yourself. Because the moment you nurture yourself, the moment you are watering your own garden, you are able to have abundance. You are able to actually walk into life with that level of, nurture, with that level of care, with that level of confidence.
Can you take us through the casting? How did you choose these specific stories, and why was it important to showcase all different kinds of South Africans?
I think it was important to us because, first of all, South Africa is diverse, and it's a melting pot of all races, all cultures and nationalities, and it became important from just that point of view because we want to speak to South Africans, and South Africa is a representative of all cultures, as I said. And we wanted to see an old man, we wanted to see a little child, we wanted to see a father, a son, wanted to see everyone from all walks of lives and the nuances that their character is, and we wanted to have people that when you look at the commercial, you either feel like, oh wow, that is my uncle, or that's my mom, or that is me, or that's my aunt, and that level of relatability in the casting is very important so that everyone feels seen.
When South Africans watch this, what do you hope that they'll take away from it and the campaign overall?
I think what I would like for South Africans to take through out of this campaign is that, they need to have Ingram's as their armor to nurture their bravery. Ingram's has been the brand that has, for multiple years, taken care of our skin. And right now, we're in a space where skin is taking on a life of its own. And the conversations the brand will be bringing forth with society will result in multiple layers being unpacked. It's just a beginning of an amazing experience that is coming from the brand. And it's not every day, we get to work on giving a brand as well known and lease on life So I'm really looking forward for the uptake of the real conversations on beauty being outside of the conventions, outside of the stereotypical expectations, and taking on an authentic sense of self.
It's that authenticity. Hey, Justice, what about you?
Yeah, I think for me the key takeout I'd love for people to get when they see this is the importance of seeing yourself, the importance of appreciating your beauty as you are. You don't have to be a model type. You know, if you look at us, we are regular looking people, but as regular looking as we are beautiful, we are valid, we are powerful. And I think coming from a beauty brand, celebrating the normal person, for me, I feel honored to be associated with that and to have contributed as much as I have in reinstilling the humanity in people, that your beauty doesn't have to be qualified by what the media says beauty is. We are enough. We are beautiful. We are handsome. We are pretty. We are sexy. We are all the lovely things that the world doesn't want to afford us, you know.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. That's the mood that we want to walk away with after interacting with such an incredible brand that is Ingram's. Thank you, gentlemen, for bringing us this advert and this campaign. We are definitely looking forward to catching it all over our TV screens. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks to Ingram's for this inspiring campaign. We're joining them in telling South Africans that they only have one skin, so remember to nourish it and wear it bravely. Make sure to join the conversation next week as Ingram's host another skin session. You don't want to miss this topic of conversation.
You only have one skin. Nourish it and wear it bravely.
I love Ingram's. I grew up with it, with big tubs in my home.
I know exactly what you mean, because there used to be only one kind. There was the camphor cream back in the day.
Yes.
And they've basically revamped and rebranded themselves. They're like a completely different force to deal with now, Palisa. I mean, back in the day, I only knew that green bottle.
Yeah.
But now, like even the director and them speaking about it, they've really just grown.
Oh, wow. And for me, what touches me about this whole rediscovery of Ingram's and reintroducing themselves to South Africans is now they're taking a more powerful stand than ever, encouraging us to be brave in the skin we're in, wear it proudly, wear it loudly, but more importantly, take care of it, because, girl, y'all already know what it is. We're sanitizing, we're washing our hands, we are so dry, it is winter, so these elbows need it.
Let me check, make sure.
Yes, actually, let's keep that behind our backs. Now, you know, Anele, you're speaking about when you were younger, you used to watch Ingram's and used to love Ingram's and interact with the brand. So a little bit later on in the show, ladies, I want to touch base with you and find out what you wanted to become when you were older, because I'm sure we all had our own dreams, our own fantasies. So hold tight, but on social media, please do keep your comments coming and use that hashtag Afternoon Express. Coming up, we meet self-taught makeup artist and fashion designer Denzel Pillay, who will teach us that it's never too late to pursue your life's true passion.
Express yourself.
Self-taught makeup artist and fashion designer Denzel Pillay made it all the way from a small town to the big city without even knowing that he'd end up in the beauty and fashion world. Welcome to The Loft, Denzel.
Thank you.
Let's take it back to the beginning, Denzel. Now, you were born and bred in Kimberley. Tell us a little bit about growing up in a small town before moving to the city.
Yes, I was born and bred in Kimberley. Kimberley did not have many opportunities, so I decided to move to Cape Town and to pursue more better opportunity for me this side. Kimberley is very conservative and laid back, and I found I was going to be quite stuck over there, and that's why I made the move to Cape Town.
Now, Denzel, it's quite interesting to find unfortunate circumstances sometimes happen when you're chasing your path, but it's all up to how you bounce back. Now, let's take it back to 2013. You were involved in a car accident, but this then sparked your creativity. How did you use this opportunity to get started and involved in makeup?
I was actually on a road trip away for work, and I met up in a car accident. It was almost fatal. I broke my scapular bone. I was off for work for about 50 days. I eventually healed, and then I had to go back to work, but I couldn't actually focus on work or the road, so it affected me greatly. With that, I went back to work, and then I lost my job. I went back home, and I was very emotional and depressed. So basically, that is how I came up with makeup. I was thinking of what's the next step for me. And just doing online tutorials and doing makeup for my neighbors, friends, and family, that is how I got to know about makeup. And I fell in love with it, and I pursued it.
Now, what's so crazy is that you only went into fashion design when you turned 30. Now, that was only 3 years ago. How and why did you enter the fashion design space? And I don't want to say too late because we can't put age or time on anyone's goals, but why didn't you chase this passion a lot earlier in life?
Yes. Okay, so people know, my friends and my family know me to be a fashionista. I would dress up going to work. Just on a normal day, I would dress up. I think that also played a role with my self-confidence as a person. I always felt the need to fit into a certain group and a certain crowd. So I was in a relationship with someone, and at that point, they were hosting a fashion show. And it was also a new fashion show, which was a charity event for the homeless. And they said to me, why don't you design for the show? And I was like, but I'm not a designer. And I took the step to do that because I actually thought that I have it within me to grow as a person and as a designer. And not knowing anything about design, I took that step. And on the night of the show, I had a standing ovation. And from that day, I decided this is going to be my future. And I took it further, and there's no regrets whatsoever.
No regrets whatsoever. That is how I like it. So how flexible do you need to be as a person when people put you on the spot, like how your friends put you on the spot and they were like, we're going to need you to design and we're going to need you to be creative and push yourself, how you've never pushed yourself before. The ability to just say yes. I mean, how does that work?
It can be quite challenging, and it can mess up your friendship as well because, you know, friends want freebies. But luckily, I don't have that. I don't have friends like that. That is like that. So they're always pushing me forward, wanting the best for me, and wanting me to grow.
Yeah, a very strong support system is key here. Now, how would you describe, Denzel, your fashion sense and what sets it apart from everyone else?
My fashion sense is definitely over the top, dramatic, flashy. I love bling. I love movement. I love flowing lines. So that's, I think, what sets me apart in terms of my women's wear, where my men's wear are more futuristic and more for the contemporary men and edgy as well. So I think my personality shows through my designs.
Now, you recently also did a shoot showcasing your latest collection, which was inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement. Why was this collection so important to you?
This collection was so important to me because it struck me as I realized what is actually going on globally. All the inequality between the various races, we have to speak up and be a voice. So I call this range my Black Lives Matter range because of that. And I'm very passionate about inequality and just people in general. I want everyone to be happy, and everyone should feel confident in who they are and love themselves regardless of the imperfections.
Yeah. Denzel, on that same note, please may you send a message to all our viewers right now who are watching, who might have a passion, a flair for something, or a desire that they want to accomplish, and they might be making excuses for themselves, whether it's time or circumstance.
Okay, so my message to everyone out there is believe in yourself, have faith in your abilities, and dream big.
Oh, wow.
And never look back.
Just like that. And it's as simple as that. Thank you so much, Denzel Pillay, reminding us to chase our passion, be creative, and step outside the box. Be loud and proud. Cheers.
Thank you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter how small the town you come from is. If you dream big and work hard, you can make it in any metropolis you set your heart on.
I just felt an absolute connection to Denzel right now because of the fact that he's 33 now and found his passion a couple of years ago. Same with me. I mean, I only decided to become a chef at the age of 27, and it doesn't matter how old you actually, follow your passion, but the mere fact that Palisa, you're 27 now.
The truth is, Dumi, that 27, add maybe 3 more years, and then you'll get to my age. But asikolap. But that's what I love about it. Yourself, Denzel, and South Africans, you might not know it, but our very own chef Anele as well has not let anything, not time, not age, stop you from achieving your dreams. So, girlfriend, share with South Africa what you wanted to be when you were growing up and what you did about it.
I always wanted to be a pilot, but it was too expensive and I did never go for it, and then I started into my chefing world and then time go past. And 2 years ago, I decided to go for my private pilot's license.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
So where have you been able to fly to and from?
So I'm at Morningstar School here in Cape Town. So I've flown to Malmesbury, I've flown to Dusseldana Bay, I've flown
Okay. Wow. Chef Anele showing us up. But congratulations for chasing your dream regardless. And remembering baby Anele and what she dreamt of. South Africa, please do the same on social media and use that hashtag Afternoon Express. Now, our lives have changed dramatically in the past few months. The way we eat, the things that cause us stress, and the masks we have to wear. Coming up, Chef Dumi and I go through important skincare tips to stay fresh-faced behind that mask.
Express yourself.
Afternoon Express for a little bit of a girl chat. Now, as we enter this new normal, it means adjusting to changes in our daily routine, from working from home to meticulously planning our weekly food shopping trips. The newest adjustment has been wearing a face mask whenever you're in public. No matter if you're a healthcare worker wearing a medical mask on the front lines, or a person wearing a fabric face covering out on a daily sanity walk, you'll soon discover that in addition to keeping you safe, your face mask may be causing some less than desirable side effects when it comes to your skin. Now, Dumi, we always speak about this, but it is so important for a little bit of TLC time.
It is very important, Palesa. I mean, I put as much effort into my hair, so it is important that I at least put some effort into my face as well.
Especially if you're wearing face masks regularly.
Especially when I'm wearing face mask.
Now, what I find, Dumi, is that the best face masks are just regular disposable paper masks. These can be frequently replaced. They will not collect oil and dust and will not make acne or those minor skin irritations worse. To avoid rubbing and skin damage, the mask should not be tight. Let's remember that. And if we do choose to use a cloth mask, you should wash it every day or two, Dums.
And you are right. When I do wash it that every day or two, so much oil comes from it, just residue and stuff from the actual mask.
So then when you have gotten rid of that residue in your mask and that oiliness, how then do you replenish the hydration in your skin?
To be honest, girl, I don't have much of a routine, but I just use my normal lotion for that. And luckily it helps. But obviously, the mask again. So.
Yeah, the mask again, daily, ne? Well, girl, I find that hydration helps improve the barrier function of the skin, and it prevents your skin from drying out. Afriderm Day Cream is formulated specially for dark skins with added antioxidants, which even skin tone, hydrates, helps clear up blemishes and that excessive shine.
That's actually quite interesting, because with the fact that we're wearing masks all the time, it is great for evening the skin tone, because, you know, one part will be lighter than the other. So that's actually quite great.
I feel you, sis. And another thing that I am new to, now don't laugh at me, are cleansers. Do you use a cleanser at all?
I am going to confess and say I don't. I just use my normal face soap.
I feel you, okay? Because I'm new to this game too. You can still continue with your morning and evening skincare routines, and be sure to wash your face before and after wearing a mask. You'll want to make sure as well, though, to use facial cleansers that are gentle on the skin. I use this Afriderm One-Step Cleanser Boosting. The essential actions of the hyaluronic acid and the cleanser reinforces the skin barrier by locking in the moisture, forget this, up to 24 hours.
So you're telling me I just need to include it into my daily routine, no hectic changes, basically?
Yeah, it's literally after washing your skin in the morning and the evening, you add that cleanser, 1, 2, 1, 2, mwah, brilliant.
Moisture locked.
Moisture locked.
Perfect.
But, girl, whenever we talk about skincare, I am like, I need to pick up exfoliation.
Yeah, actually, you and I both.
Yeah, okay. So I see that you've got one of my favorite Afriderm products right there next to you.
Yeah?
So that is the peeling gel, girl. Just put that on your hand. 1, 2, 3. Not much.
Okay.
Just like that. It's so simple, so easy. And that pump action as well. It just effortlessly distributes the product onto your skin beautifully. Now, as you continue to rub it, are you seeing something there gather?
Yeah, it looks as though I don't know if it's skin or residue or something, but
yeah,
it seems to be coming up from there. I'm not sure what's happening, but I see that.
Let me break it down to what's happening, because a lot of people are like, when you do exfoliate your skin, what do we see creating? Girl, those are dry skin cells and dead skin cells. Now, exfoliation may not be a regular habit of yours, but if you are wearing a surgical mask regularly, this step is a must-do if you want to prevent acne breakouts. Afriderm Peeling Gel, the outstanding hydrating powers of sodium lactate, provide that deep, natural moisture, cleanses and prevents the buildup of dead and dry skin cells on the skin surface. Voila, it's that easy.
And I have to mention, it smells really good as well.
Right?
So I can definitely incorporate this into my skincare routine.
You stays winning.
And what's this, Palesa? This looks quite interesting. It's hand lotion and body lotion.
So you know how the buzzword right now is hygiene, keeping clean and everything sanitized and sanitary. But with that and the dry weather, it being winter, our skin becomes ashy and flaky. So that essentially is the Afriderm hand and body lotion. Now, frequent hand washing and constant use of sanitizer during this pandemic is causing our hands to become dry and scaly. Afriderm hand and body lotion is gentle and very effective. The best natural ingredients will restore your hands to their silky smooth best.
Okay, then I'm going to definitely have to put some of this on my hands because my hands are ashy and dry as we speak. Constant washing of hands, sanitizing. I need some of this.
You've got my permission. You can add as much as possible. But the best part is that you can put it on your entire body. Your elbows, on your knees, on your ankles. It is perfect. Thank you, Dumi, for this girl chat. I think we've learned a lot about skincare, skin health, and how to keep protected even when wearing masks. Now, at the end of the day, South Africa, protecting yourself and others is the #1 priority, and maintaining a strong skin barrier which helps prevent the spread of bacteria, viruses and infection is just as much a part of that as wearing a face mask. In this unprecedented time, we all need to do our part to protect ourselves and those around us. Face masks save lives, moisturizers save skin. Apply both to your daily routine. Visit afriderm.co.za to discover a range for dark skin that looks and feels great no matter what life or the environment throws at you.
You're beautiful. Love the shade of your skin. An all-in-one solution for beautiful skin.
You know, Ngiyahleka Dumi, it's no wonder that I'm so passionate about all things skincare and beauty, because started from the bottom, now we're here. Knee-high to a grasshopper. Palisa was stealing her mom's skincare products because I was very passionate about how I looked. I was a girly girl.
Oh my gosh, that's actually quite interesting because now that you mention it, it reminds me of the fact that I also used to be quite naughty and make a lot of concoctions when I was young, but I didn't really see it as a passion until I was much older.
Now your concoctions have turned into masterpieces in the kitchen.
Exactly, imagine that.
And your story and your journey ties in perfectly with Denzel, who also picked up fashion design in around his 30s.
Yeah.
This brings to mind our next guest, Rashika. Girl, listen to this story. What started as a candid social media videos while sitting in traffic turned into an entertaining fashion chat show with a dedicated following of 100K followers. Wow. Now coming up, digital content creator Rashika Karim gives us a peek into Shika's closet.
Express yourself.
fashion social media influencer Rashika Karim, better known as Shika's Closet, joins us now in the loft to discuss the importance behind education for young ladies who are aspiring to become social media influencers. Welcome to the loft, Shika.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Now, girlfriend, we are excited to have you because what's even more exciting, I don't know if you know this, but you are actually a fan favorite, one of our top fans on Afternoon Express, and one of our viewers, his name is Bradley Brown, specifically said, hey, we have to get Shika's Closet onto the loft. So we were like, you know what? We're going to follow suit. So it's such a pleasure to have you. So firstly,
I'm honored.
So firstly, homegirl, let's take it all back. Back to when it all began. Let me know a little bit about the girl from a small town who had big dreams. Tell us a little bit about your journey to the big city.
Okay, so I am Rashika. I'm an Afrikaans-speaking girl from Worcester, a very small town. And after school 10 years ago, I moved to Cape Town to go and study. So in 2011, I started studying BCom law. After that, I completed my LLB degree. And then after that, I did my honors in industrial psychology. So, it's been a few years. In Cape Town, my first year was very difficult at university because I had to sit with a dictionary because all my subjects were in Afrikaans and I used to speak Afrikaans my whole life, and now I'm sitting in class, I don't understand a word. So, it was quite difficult to, to adapt, but we got there finally.
Girl, I don't know how you did it. A lot of people don't know this about me, but English was actually my first language that I learned before Zulu or Xhosa, and I'm still struggling. So congratulations to you. Now listen, with all these degrees and papers backing you, how did you make the transition to social media influencer?
Okay, so after my studies, I started working as a site acquisition specialist. And while doing that, I did law school part-time. Law school is like basically articles to become a lawyer. And I used to sit in traffic every day after work for an hour and a half, and I decided to start telling office stories. And people found me so funny. They thought I'm so relatable and real. And that's where it all started. When the following started growing, I'm like, okay, so I can use this now to showcase my other talents, such as my fashion skills and beauty skills, and today I'm a full-time social media personality. That's what I call myself, to sound cool.
What do you mean to sound cool? Girl, you are cool.
Thank you.
Okay, so you know what I love about your story, and what specifically, Rashika, resonates with myself is that you followed your heart, you followed your authentic self, and in fact, it's not like you set out for a career in social media. You were just being you, and you found your stories from the office hilarious, so hilarious that you had to share, and other people were able to relate, connect, and fall in love with the person that they saw on their cell phones, and then that's what made you grow your following. So essentially here, what my take home is, this is a lesson of just be you and the rest will follow.
Definitely. I think I am where I'm at today because of people that finding me so relatable. My brand is so real and raw, and you don't get it every day. People think that you have to be perfect and you have to look a certain way and do certain things to be cool and to be acceptable. But I try and show people that that's not true. I sit in my pajamas, I unwrap my gifts. I'm showing them that this is life, this is real. So
And this is who you are. Rashika, I was telling you a story of, I was watching you, stalking you on social media, but what's new? And I came across a video of you saying, you can't compare yourself to other people and you shouldn't compare yourself to other people. And you continue to tell your own story, but you were interweaving Afrikaans because that is your mother tongue. And homegirl, I do not understand a word of Afrikaans, but it's that authenticity and that realness. I connected as if I understood, and I was laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. I also love the fact, though, that in our conversation, you've touched on fashion and the fact that you've loved to express yourself through fashion. And now your content focuses very much on modest fashion and finding one's own personal style. So how does what does modest fashion mean to you as a content creator?
Okay, so when I was growing up, the media, I always saw the media sexualizing women and trying to show us that if you are showing more skin, that's the only way to look sexy. And I wanted to use my platform to show my upbringing. You know, I come from a more conservative, modest upbringing. And I wanted to show people that you can feel empowered by all sorts of ways. Like there's no one way to feel sexy and confident. So I'm a bit more modest, but I'm still feeling sexy. I'm showing other people that you can feel confident. You can rock it without looking like a Oma.
I love that.
Yes.
So Rashika, tell us a little bit more about creating a vlog, but before creating a vlog, more than anything, creating a vlog to celebrate 100,000 follower mark on Instagram. Congratulations, homegirl.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I created the vlog for reaching 100,000 followers because it was a big moment in my life. I've been working towards it for 3 years. And I always tell people your worth is not defined by the number of followers and the number of likes. But unfortunately, this is my job. So the more followers I get, the more brands I get, brands I get to work with me, the more work I get, which means more money. So it's a big moment in my career for me. So I got everything sponsored on the day. My cake, my balloons, my hair, my lashes, my everything. That was quite a big moment for me. And my followers were quite happy for me because they know that's like the first goal, you know, reaching that 100K followers.
And I feel like there's also a sense of like, that's the girl next door. That's the girl I grew up with. You know, we all know a Rashika. We've all grown up with a Rashika. And that's the beauty of you. But I think what also just radiates so true is the beauty of education that is within you. You, of course, have the education to fall back on. If things hadn't worked out for you on the social media spectrum, and thankfully it did, but what advice do you have for young girls out there in high school wanting to make a lifelong living to become a social media influencer, but not wanting to further their education?
Okay, so what I'm about to say is very important, and I always tell it to young girls especially. All jobs are important. It's not just social media celebs and influencers. So if you are passionate about something else, like teaching, painting, anything else, go for it. I left my job about 8 months ago because I'm passionate about, you know, entertainment. If you have something else that's going for you, go for it. And I also want to say that if you do want to become an influencer or you do want full-time something on social media, have a backup. If I don't want to do this in 20 years anymore, I always have a backup. I can always do something with my other degrees. So if you have the means to go and study something, and I'm not saying you can only be successful if you study, but if you have the means to go and study something that you also love, just for that backup, it's always good to have. Education is always good to have. No one can take that away from you ever.
Absolutely. That is Rashika Karim, South Africa's social media influencer, but someone who stumbled upon it just by being her, being authentically herself. And now we can all enjoy Rashika's closet. Thank you so much for joining us, Shika, and we appreciate everything that you do. Bye.
Pleasure. Bye.
Now, South Africa, if you find education as important as Shika does, please do head over to our social media platforms and let us know your thoughts. But remember to use the hashtag Afternoon Express.
Whoever said lawyers are boring has never met Rashika. Because, I mean, Rashika is funny.
Yeah, I know. And social media is so powerful these days.
It's crazy.
And becoming a star during lockdown.
Imagine that, Balisa. You're doing quite well on social media, so I can imagine the amount of fun.
But I can do a lot better, you know. So South Africa, head over to my social media platforms and start following me now. Just kidding. Do so authentically, do so organically. And that is essentially how you grow.
Yeah.
You know, you can't force people to follow you.
True.
You can't push an agenda. It just has to naturally happen.
Yes, very true. And I'm glad that after all those years, she managed to find her truth. Because she's having a lot of time and like a lot of fun time, actually, from being a lawyer, which is very serious and very professional, to being herself, basically.
To being her funny self. I definitely touch and identify with her.
There's a cop in America that started singing as well, and he's a complete sensation. He's very sexy, though, I must say.
I know, Anele.
When everybody just wanted him to sing and sing and sing.
I'm I'm definitely going to snitch on you. I'm going to tell my brother that Anele said someone is good looking. Okay, no, I'm just kidding, ladies. Coming up in the kitchen, though, we give a classic dessert a fresh twist when we show you our Sago pudding with apricot jam syrup recipe. Ooh, yum.
Express yourself.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome to the kitchen, everyone. Today I'm going to make a beautiful warm sago pudding, and to me I smell vanilla in the kitchen.
And you know vanilla means warmth, delicious, great,
Yes.
amazing, everything.
I know. This is an amazing pudding that doesn't cost a lot of money. It's extremely economical and it tastes delicious.
And that's perfect for these times. We want delicious food on a budget.
Yes, exactly. We're going to use Clover's fresh milk.
Okay.
You know, it's got like 55 tests that it goes through.
Girl, those tests, it's the best milk on the market. So if you want to try the best milk on the market, make sure you get yourself a bottle of this Clover milk.
Yeah, and you know it's got calcium, protein, all those 9 nutrients in it, and it tastes fresh for 18 days.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
If you didn't know South Africa, now you know. We're putting you onto this. Do you know I've never tried Sago before?
I couldn't believe it when you told me before the show.
I've never tried it before. I worked at a restaurant where it was on the menu, but I never tried it. I never ate it. Wow.
This is a real old family recipe. This is my mom's recipe, so I hope you're going to like it. It's made from the milk, so you add your milk to your pot first. And this is supposed to be soaked, but I didn't soak it. I just want to show the people this is a consistency. So sago is like small little starch korreltjies, and you can use it. I use it in chicken pie.
Oh, really?
To thicken it. Have you not seen one in a chicken pie?
Because that's what I'm guessing now. So you could actually use it for a savory dish as well.
Yes, you thicken like a chicken pie with it.
Guys, we are serious about the recipes we're giving you here. So if you want all the recipe details, the information, make sure you go onto afternoonexpress.co.za to get this information. But let's carry on with this because my mind is blown. I've never tried this and I want to try it today. So please show me what we do.
So what you do now, you cook this on a very low heat for 15 minutes.
Okay.
It can stick on the bottom, burn a bit, but I love it. It's like a brown, burny flavor. Not like burn, but like a brown caramelly flavor.
Yes, okay.
So I'm going to wait for this to be done. And then what we do, we finish it up with an apricot jam.
Okay.
But you tell me what you're going to do with the apricot jam today.
All right, so normal recipes would just require apricot jam that's been like warmed up, basically.
Yes.
But obviously, like you mentioned, vanilla, and it made me think of the winter seasonings and the winter flavors that we have. So I've got some apricot jam here. I've got some cinnamon sticks, some cloves, and star anise. So I figured, because we want to like just take it up a notch with the flavor, I figured let's just add a bit more of these beautiful aromatics to it. So I'm just going to put these in here, and let's just end it off with a zest of lime juice at the end, or some lime zest on top, just to, give
I
it
think
that
it's
extra
brilliant
tang.
because it's going to add so much flavor to the end dish. Because we've got the base as vanilla in the dish.
Yeah.
But then those spices are just going to give it up a notch. You're going to wake our palates up. Okay, so these are cooked now, say for about 15 minutes. You can see that the pearls are starting, it starts to get see-through, like, transparent. So I'm going to add some sugar. We need some sugar for the sweetness. Then we're going to add some salt. And as you can see, I didn't add the sugar before the time. Otherwise, it tends to burn easily.
Okay.
And I'm going to add a bit of vanilla. So it's already a bit thickened up, but you want it richer.
Okay.
So I'm going to clit some eggs here. This is just, I've got 3 eggs that I've separated. So these are 3 egg yolks.
Okay, so you want the yolk separate, the white separate as well?
Separate, yes. And now the trick is, if you add that straight to that, you're going to make scrambled eggs. We all know that. We don't want scrambled eggs with frog's eyes.
Imagine the combination.
So we need to temper our eggs. So I'm going to add some of this hot mixture in here, and I'm just going to stir it a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of more in here.
So just like you would temper any custard, you're basically doing that to make sure we don't curdle the eggs.
Exactly. So I'm tempering that. And now I'm just going to add this mixture to our pot. And like that, very slowly, and you just keep on stirring. So this will be ready in about another minute or 2.
Okay.
So basically what we've made here is a custard, an egg custard with some sago inside.
This is interesting, guys. Like, I'm typically the rice pudding kind of girl.
Yeah.
But this might be my new favorite thing.
Yes.
Because of the consistency, the texture, and I guess with those flavors that you've put in there.
Yeah, and it's going to even be better with your apricot jam.
Imagine that. And the lovely thing about it is that because it's got the egg in there, because you've put it in the hot mixture, it actually cooks out the egg. So you're not tasting the egg.
You're not tasting the egg at all.
This girl and her tricks. Okay, while you do that, I'm going to just strain my jam here so that all the aromatics stay on the one side, and then I'm just going to drizzle some of this on top of my sago pudding.
So what I've got here, I've got egg whites to stiff peaks. I'm going to take this off the heat. I just want to take it a little bit off the heat. And then I'm going to fold it in, and I will just show this to the camera. You don't klitz it in, you actually just, it's a folding technique. Because you don't want it to go, it needs to be light and fluffy, and the hot mixture cooks
the egg whites.
Yes, so the egg whites are actually cooked. She's folded. I saw you grab a spoon, sister.
I'm getting impatient. I'm getting impatient, South Africa. I'm trying this for the first time, so please bear with me.
I want you to tell me what you think. What does it look like?
Wow. This is rice pudding that went to private school.
Thank you very
Basically,
much.
this is what it is. And just that addition of the whites and the egg yolks makes it so much fluffy. I mean, if you can see, guys, it just jiggles. It jiggles so nicely and actually is delicious. It's nice and it's almost like but like you said, it's a pudding. So it means it's meant to be nice and jiggly.
And it's warm and comforting, and everybody loves it. Oma loves it, Gogo, the children, the mother, father, everybody loves it. But can I have a bit of your apricot?
Most definitely.
Your beautiful apricot jam.
Please
Thank
do.
you.
And guys, make sure you get onto afternoonexpress.co.za to get this recipe because it is one of the most comforting winter recipes I've tried. Thank you so much. We are a winning duo, and if you want to win, like we said, make sure you get that recipe for yourself because this is amazing. Thank you, Anna.
Delicious. Pleasure.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Ladies, please may you bring that fuego Sago over here. I mean, South Africa, if you're not Spanish speaking, fuego is fire. And that's exactly what this recipe is. It's fire.
It definitely is. Like I mentioned, I tried it today for the first time, and now thank you for plugging me with this. It's amazing.
I'm so happy you've tried Sago and that you actually love it.
I enjoy it a lot.
So I'm lazy. I normally buy my Sago, so now I know how to make it as a pudding. But South Africa, speaking about laziness and things that we've always wanted to do growing up, South Africa, I know you've been trying to get Alisa's answer. You know, what did I want to do growing up? What did I aspire to be? And truth is, I always knew.
Really, Polly?
I always knew that I wanted to be entertainment. I was always a storyteller. I didn't flip-flop. You know, I wasn't that person who just was like, I want to be this one. I always had my eye on the prize. And essentially, my life followed that trajectory. At school, I studied all things drama and, you know, performing arts and creativity.
You are perfect, girlfriend. You're doing such a great job. Apidal, you are born for it.
Thank you. And speaking about born for it, oh my goodness, my mom is going to laugh at me telling this story. But I must have been living in Pretoria with the family, maybe 5 years old, at a table out at a restaurant, you know, before lockdown, at the restaurant enjoying food. I was talking so much at the tender age of 5, a neighboring couple came over to my table, gave me 2 rand and said, wow, Ntombi, you entertained us. Thank you for it. Before they left, and I was just like, well, thank you. I'm going to take that coin and bank it. And essentially, that was the first professional job I got.
You've been securing the bag from a tender age of 5.
You've been busy, Polly.
I've been busy, but I'm grateful for that because it's just shaped the person I am today. And I'm also grateful for South Africans who've gone out and have just commented on social media, been brave enough to share with us what they fell in love with as a child and what they wanted to get into.
Because for me, the reason why it wasn't easy to become a chef is because back in our days, you know, it wasn't a real career.
Yeah.
You can't, anything like in the arts specifically for me, it was like, no, you have to be a doctor, a teacher.
Oh, I'm so glad for supportive families, and I'm so glad for you ladies. Now, Mzansi, let me just get ready because I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Tomorrow, we're being joined by 2 huge female singers currently in the game, Tiwa Savage and Natasha Bedingfield. Don't miss it. Until then, good night and stay safe.
Afternoon Express. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.